people speak about being in search of a self, or they feel like they're not living authentic lives. They feel that they've lost themselves, or they feel that they have no identity. People, systematically lose the self most of the time in the growing up process. And the need for it back is really it's the first sign of the angel in the human being, the need for the desire for the self, the desire not to live a life that doesn't feel like it's yours. That's why somebody might be attracted to this work. It's a perfect position for the initial zone of the creative process, which is receiving the information that you get from yourself. Receiving information from yourself is the first place you have to be able to express your thoughts freely, be able to think about your thoughts freely. That's where creativity begins. I always say this work is really about thinking, and we use writing as a tool. It's not about writing, but if you are a writer, it does cover the first criterion that every writer needs to have, which is access to their thoughts. This is about thinking. This is using writing to alter your thinking, and to first of all to recognize your thinking, and then it will alter on its own. The process carries over into life, and when it starts, depends on how much you do it, or where you are in life when you're beginning to do it. But that is the beginning of, that's the beginning of true self-control. That is the beginning of deconditioning ourselves and coming closer to what is, our own actual path in life, the self we yearn to be. Most of what you say is simply a doorway to what you're saying. It's not, give the example of saying, I love my mother, or I hate my mother. Let's say, I love my mother. Who loves your mother? What do you mean by love? And what do you mean by mother? Most of what you know about that is inside you. Most of what you know about everything you say is not said. What you say is just a doorway to that. Turn toward it, enter into it, and begin to express the more of what you know that isn't being said but is just being indicated by the words you say. It gets you to an understanding of your thought. It frees you from your unconscious, unexamined ideas of yourself. It loosens the bonds between what you're conditioned to think, or what you have conditioned yourself to think, or what you made of things when you were 2 and 20 and 40. All through your life, you've been understanding yourself, and you've been in relation to yourself in some way, and understanding the world and in relation to the world in some way. And all of that is sort of ragged conglomeration of various stages of understand, various capacities to understand that you've had. But so much of our thinking is habitual and not free. For you to have any freedom at all and creative